Constantinople, the queen of cities, a city that has stood the test of time, witnessing the rise and fall of empires. For 1,000 years, it stood as a beacon of civilization, a shining testament to Roman power and ingenuity. Its streets were filled with the hustle and bustle of traders, scholars, and citizens from all corners of the world. Its colossal walls, a marvel of ancient engineering, had repelled countless invaders. These walls, known as the Theodosian walls, were a series of defensive stone walls that surrounded and protected the city. Emperors, khans, and caliphs had all tried and failed to breach its defenses. Constantinople was deemed impregnable. The city was a fortress, a symbol of resilience and strength. But history is a fickle mistress. The tides of fortune can change in an instant, and what was once considered invincible can become vulnerable. What is considered unconquerable in one era can crumble in the next. The once mighty walls began to show signs of wear and tear, and the city's defenses weakened over time. And so it was in 1453 when a new power rose in the east, led by a young sultan with a burning ambition, Mehmed II. This young leader saw an opportunity where others saw an impenetrable fortress. He would dare to do what no one had done before, to claim the ultimate prize and etch his name in the annals of history as the conqueror of Constantinople. With determination and innovative tactics, Mehmed II set his sights on the legendary city, forever changing the course of history. Mehmed II, only 21 years old when he ascended the Ottoman throne, already bore the weight of history on his shoulders. His youth belied the immense responsibility he carried, and the expectations placed upon him were nothing short of monumental. He inherited a burgeoning empire, but one still in its infancy compared to the legacy of Rome. The Ottoman Empire was expanding, yet it lacked the historical gravitas and recognition that came with centuries of dominance. Mehmed was a scholar, a warrior, and a visionary. His education was extensive, covering a wide range of subjects from military strategy to philosophy, and he was well versed in the art of leadership. He understood the symbolic importance of Constantinople, the last vestige of the Roman Empire. This city was not just a strategic location, it was a symbol of power and continuity, a bridge between the ancient and medieval worlds. Conquering Constantinople wasn't just about land or riches. It was about cementing his legacy. For Mehmed, this conquest represented the ultimate challenge, a way to prove his worth and the strength of his empire. It was about proving the might of the Ottoman Empire and ushering in a new era. The task seemed insurmountable. The walls of Constantinople were legendary, and many had tried and failed to breach them. Yet Mehmed was not deterred. His determination was unwavering, and his ambition knew no bounds. He was prepared to go to any lengths to achieve his goal. He had a plan, a daring and audacious plan. This plan involved not just brute force, but also innovative tactics and strategies that would catch his enemies off guard. He would use every ounce of his intelligence, cunning, and military prowess to achieve his goal. Mehmed's vision was clear, and his resolve was unbreakable. The conquest of Constantinople would be his defining moment, a testament to his leadership and the dawn of a new era for the Ottoman Empire. Mehmed understood the magnitude of his undertaking. He knew that brute force alone wouldn't be enough to break Constantinople's defenses. The city had withstood sieges for centuries, its walls a testament to Roman engineering. Mehmed needed a different approach, one that combined military might with strategic brilliance. He gathered a vast army, estimated at over 100,000 men equipped with the latest technology. Cannons, still a relatively new invention in warfare, would play a crucial role in Mehmed's plans. He commissioned the construction of massive bombards, capable of hurling enormous stone balls with devastating force. These cannons, larger than any the world had ever seen, would be the key to breaching Constantinople's seemingly impenetrable walls. The first obstacle lay in Constantinople's natural harbor, the Golden Horn. A massive chain forged over centuries stretched across the entrance, effectively blocking any naval assault. The defenders, though outnumbered, were no less determined. They believed their city was protected by God and fought with the courage of the desperate. The deafening roar of Mehmed's cannons echoed across the Bosphorus as the siege commenced. The ground trembled with each blast, and massive stone balls crashed against Constantinople's ancient walls. Yet the city held. Mehmed had anticipated this. He had a trick up his sleeve, a plan so audacious it bordered on madness. He would transport his ships overland, bypassing the chain and trapping the defenders within the city. Section 5. Turning the tide. A sultan's gambit. Under the cover of darkness, Mehmed's engineers achieved the unthinkable. They hauled ships over hills, dragging them through miles of forest on greased wooden rollers. It was an astonishing feat of logistics and engineering. The sight of Ottoman ships sailing in the Golden Horn shocked the defenders. The impossible had happened. Their lifeline to the outside world was cut. The siege raged on, a brutal dance of cannon fire, sorties, and desperate defense. Weeks turned into months. Still, Constantinople held, but the constant bombardment was taking its toll. Mehmed knew that the defenders were weary, their supplies dwindling, their hope fading with each passing day. The time was ripe for a final, decisive blow. Section 6. Through the Walls, Constantinople's Final Hours. On May 29, 1453, Mehmed unleashed his final assault. The city had been under siege for nearly 2 months, and the defenders were exhausted. The Ottomans had used massive cannons to batter the walls, creating breaches that weakened the city's defenses. Waves of Ottoman soldiers surged towards the weakened walls, met by the desperate resistance of the defenders. The defenders, a mix of Byzantine soldiers and Venetian allies, fought valiantly, knowing that the fate of their city hung in the balance. The fighting was fierce, hand to hand, a maelstrom of steel and fury. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and the air was filled with the cries of the wounded and dying. The defenders used every means at their disposal to repel the invaders, but the sheer numbers of the Ottoman forces were overwhelming. Among the chaos and bloodshed, a small group of Ottoman soldiers discovered a weakly defended gate. This gate, known as the Kirkeporta, had been left open by mistake, providing the Ottomans with a crucial entry point. They broke through, pouring into the city. Panic spread like wildfire. The defenders, realizing the breach, tried to regroup, but it was too late. The Ottomans flooded into the streets, and the city descended into chaos. After days of relentless bombardment and a final desperate struggle, Constantinople, the city that had stood for 1,000 years, had fallen. The once mighty walls lay in ruins, and the streets were filled with the remnants of battle. Mehmed entered the city, not as a conqueror, but as a pilgrim. He had achieved his dream of capturing Constantinople, and he approached the city with a sense of reverence and awe. He rode his horse to the Hagia Sophia, the magnificent cathedral that stood as a symbol of Constantinople's glory. The sight of the grand structure moved him deeply, and he recognized its importance to the city's heritage. He ordered it protected, a testament to his respect for the city he had conquered. Mehmed's actions ensured that the Hagia Sophia would stand as a lasting monument to the city's rich history and cultural significance. Section 7. A New Era. The Legacy of the Conquest. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves across Europe. It marked the end of an era, the final curtain call on the Roman Empire. It signaled the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power, one that would control the vital trade routes between East and West for centuries to come. Mehmed's victory was a testament to his strategic genius, his unwavering ambition, and his mastery of both military might and political cunning. He had achieved what emperors, kings, and khans before him could not. He had conquered the unconquerable. He had earned his place in history as Mehmed the Conqueror. Section 8. Echoes of Conquest. The story of Constantinople's fall is more than just a historical event. It's a timeless tale of ambition, strategy, and the enduring human spirit. It reminds us that even the most formidable obstacles can be overcome with determination, innovation, and a touch of audaciousness. What lessons can we learn from Mehmed's strategic brilliance?